Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A quality of a given color that differs slightly from another color. The elastic tension of living muscles, arteries, etc. that facilitate response to stimuli. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. A clergyman improved the tone of the meeting. A notation representing the pitch and duration of a musical sound. Give a healthy elasticity to. Let's tone our muscles. Music. The distinctive property of a complex sound, a voice or noise or musical sound. The muffled tones of the broken bell summoned them to meet. A musical interval of two semitones. The quality of a person's voice. He began in a conversational tone. Vary the pitch of one's speech. Utter monotonously and repetitively and rhythmically. A steady sound without overtones. They tested his hearing with pure tones of different frequencies. Change the color or tone of. Tone a negative. Change to a color image. Tone a photographic image. Linguistics. A pitch or change in pitch of the voice that serves to distinguish words in tonal languages. The Beijing dialect uses 4 tones. The quality of something, an act or a piece of writing, that reveals the attitudes and presuppositions of the author. The general tone of articles appearing in the newspapers is that the government should withdraw. A quality of a given color that differs slightly from another color. After several trials, he mixed the shade of pink that she wanted. A protective ornamental covering for a lamp, used to screen a light bulb from direct view. Relative darkness caused by light rays being intercepted by an opaque body. It is much cooler in the shade. A mental representation of some haunting experience. A slight amount or degree of difference. The new model is a shade better than the old one. Represent the effect of shade or shadow on. Cast a shadow over. A subtle difference in meaning or opinion or attitude. Don't argue about shades of meaning. A position of relative inferiority. An achievement that puts everything else in the shade. A representation of the effect of shadows in a picture or drawing, as by shading or darker pigment. Pass from one quality such as color to another by a slight degree. The butterfly wings shade to yellow. Protect from light, heat, or view. Protective covering that protects something from direct sunlight. They used umbrellas as shades. Vary slightly. Shade the meaning. A quality of a given color that differs slightly from another color. Fill, as with a certain quality. The heavy traffic tinctures the air with carbon monoxide. An indication that something has been present. A tincture of condescension. A substance that colors or dyes. Pharmacology, a medicine consisting of an extract in an alcohol solution. Stain or tinge with a slight amount of a color. The sky was tinctured red. A quality of a given color that differs slightly from another color. A dye for coloring the hair. A just detectable amount. A tint of glamour. Color lightly. The elastic tension of living muscles, arteries, etc. that facilitate response to stimuli. The doctor tested my tonicity. The elastic tension of living muscles, arteries, etc. that facilitate response to stimuli. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. The feel of the city excited him. Examine by touch. Come to believe on the basis of emotion, intuitions, or indefinite grounds. I feel that he doesn't like me. Perceive by a physical sensation, e.g., coming from the skin or muscles. Examine a body part by palpation. A property perceived by touch. Undergo an emotional sensation or be in a particular state of mind. An intuitive awareness. He has a feel for animals. Be conscious of a physical, mental, or emotional state. My cold is gone, I feel fine today. Be felt or perceived in a certain way. The ground feels shaky. Find by testing or cautious exploration. Grope or feel in search of something. Have a feeling or perception about oneself in reaction to someone's behavior or attitude. You make me feel naked. Manual stimulation of the genital area for sexual pleasure. The girls hated it when he tried to sneak a feel. Pass one's hands over the sexual organs of. Produce a certain impression. It feels nice to be home again. Undergo passive experience of. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. An intuitive understanding of something. He had a great feeling for music. A vague idea in which some confidence is placed. What are your feelings about the crisis? The sensation produced by pressure receptors in the skin. The surface had a greasy feeling. A physical sensation that you experience. He had a queasy feeling. The experiencing of affective and emotional states. She had a feeling of euphoria. Physics, the 6 kinds of quarks. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. The taste experience when a savory condiment is taken into the mouth. Lend flavor to. Physics, the 6 kinds of quarks. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. The taste experience when a savory condiment is taken into the mouth. Lend flavor to. Take charge of or deal with. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. Have faith or confidence in. Give a certain impression or have a certain outward aspect. This project looks fishy. Look forward to the probable occurrence of. She is looking to a promotion. The feelings expressed on a person's face. A look of triumph. Be oriented in a certain direction, often with respect to another reference point, be opposite to. The house looks north. Search or seek. We looked all day and finally found the child in the forest. The act of directing the eyes toward something and perceiving it visually. He went out to have a look. Accord in appearance with. You don't look your age. convey by one's expression. She looked her devotion to me. Have a certain outward or facial expression. How does she look? Perceive with attention. Direct one's gaze towards. She looked over the expanse of land. Physical appearance. I don't like the looks of this place. Any property detected by the olfactory system. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. It had the smell of treason. The faculty that enables us to distinguish scents. The act of perceiving the odor of something. Have an element suggestive of something. This passage smells of plagiarism. The sensation that results when olfactory receptors in the nose are stimulated by particular chemicals in gaseous form. She loved the smell of roses. Become aware of not through the senses but instinctively. I smell trouble. Emit an odor. The soup smells good. Inhale the odor of. Perceive by the olfactory sense. Smell bad. He rarely washes, and he smells. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. Any incorporeal supernatural being that can become visible, or audible, to human beings. Infuse with spirit. The company spirited him up. Animation and energy in action or expression. The state of a person's emotions, especially with regard to pleasure or dejection. He was in good spirits. An inclination or tendency of a certain kind. The intended meaning of a communication. A fundamental emotional and activating principle determining one's character. The vital principle or animating force within living things. A notation representing the pitch and duration of a musical sound. A piece of paper money, especially one issued by a central bank. He peeled off 5 1,000 zloty notes. A notation representing the pitch and duration of a musical sound. The singer held the note too long. A short personal letter. A promise to pay a specified amount on demand or at a certain time. I had to co-sign his note at the bank. Make mention of. They noted that it was a fine day to go sailing. Observe with care or pay close attention to. Take note of this chemical reaction. High status importance owing to marked superiority. Make a written note of. She noted everything the teacher said that morning. A comment or instruction, usually added. His notes were appended at the end of the article. Notice or perceive. She noted that someone was following her. A brief written record. He made a note of the appointment. A characteristic emotional quality. It ended on a sour note. A tone of voice that shows what the speaker is feeling. There was a note of uncertainty in his voice. Give a healthy elasticity to. Make strong or stronger. This exercise will strengthen your upper body. Gain strength. His body strengthened. Give a healthy elasticity to. Music. The distinctive property of a complex sound, a voice or noise or musical sound. A degree or grade of excellence or worth. The quality of students has risen. A characteristic property that defines the apparent individual nature of something. Each town has a quality all its own. Of superior grade. Quality paper. An essential and distinguishing attribute of something or someone. The quality of mercy is not strained. High social status. A man of quality. Of high social status. People of quality. Land that is covered with trees and shrubs. Music. The distinctive property of a complex sound, a voice or noise or musical sound. The wood of trees cut and prepared for use as building material. A beam made of wood. A post made of wood. Music. The distinctive property of a complex sound, a voice or noise or musical sound. The timbre of her soprano was rich and lovely. Treat badly. She is always stepping on others to get ahead. Any maneuver made as part of progress toward a goal. The police took steps to reduce crime. A short distance. It's only a step to the drugstore. A sequence of foot movements that make up a particular dance. He taught them the waltz step. Relative position in a graded series. Always a step behind. A musical interval of 2 semitones. A mark of a foot or shoe on a surface. Measure distances by pacing. Step off 10 yards. The sound of a step of someone walking. He heard footsteps on the porch. Support consisting of a place to rest the foot while ascending or descending a stairway. He paused on the bottom step. Put down or press the foot. Place the foot. Step on the brake. The distance covered by a step. He stepped off 10 paces from the old tree and began to dig. A solid block joined to the beams in which the heel of a ship's mast or capstan is fixed. Cuz. A computer, to execute a single command. Furnish with steps. The architect wants to step the terrace. Move or proceed as if by steps into a new situation. She stepped into a life of luxury. Move with one's feet in a specific manner. Step lively. Place, a ship's mast, in its step. Shift or move by taking a step. Step back. The act of changing location by raising the foot and setting it down. He walked with unsteady steps. Walk a short distance to a specified place or in a specified manner. Step over to the blackboard. A musical interval of 2 semitones. A musical interval of 2 semitones. The quality of a person's voice. He spoke in a nervous tone of voice. Vary the pitch of one's speech. Change the form of a word in accordance as required by the grammatical rules of the language. Vary the pitch of one's speech. Fix or adjust the time, amount, degree, or rate of. Modulate the pitch. Adjust the pitch, tone, or volume of. Change the key of, in music. Modulate the melody. Vary the frequency, amplitude, phase, or other characteristic of electromagnetic waves. Recite with musical intonation. Recite as a chant or a psalm. The rabbi chanted a prayer. Utter monotonously and repetitively and rhythmically. The students chanted the same slogan over and over again. A repetitive song in which as many syllables as necessary are assigned to a single tone. Speak carefully, as with rising and falling pitch or in a particular tone. Recite with musical intonation. Recite as a chant or a psalm. Utter monotonously and repetitively and rhythmically. A steady sound without overtones. They tested his hearing with pure tones of different frequencies. A digestible substance used to give color to food. The act or process of changing the color of something. A visual attribute of things that results from the light they emit or transmit or reflect. Any material used for its color. She used a different color for the trim. Physics, the characteristic of quarks that determines their role in the strong interaction. Each flavor of quarks comes in 3 colors. Having or capable of producing colors. Color film. Decorate with colors. Color the walls with paint in warm tones. Give a deceptive explanation or excuse for. Color a lie. Change color, often in an undesired manner. The shirt's discolored. The appearance of objects, or light sources, described in terms of a person's perception of their hue and lightness, or brightness, and saturation. Interest in variety and intensity. The Puritan period was lacking in color. Modify or bias. His political ideas color his lectures. An outward or token appearance or form that is deliberately misleading. The situation soon took on a different color. The timbre of a musical sound. The recording fails to capture the true color of the original music. A visual attribute of things that results from the light they emit or transmit or reflect. A white color is made up of many different wavelengths of light. Effect as in thought or feeling. My personal feelings color my judgment in this case. Add color to. The child colored the drawings.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.